Well, what can we say? I'm actually, if it weren't for the fact that I'm no theorist and the fact that I don't even know how to put it up, I would actually have an argument with all these known theorists. I mean, almost Skype to Skype. Because how can someone who is this way possibly become an ally? All the evidence that Big Mom is just as insane as we think of it. It's just getting stronger and stronger and stronger. And the theory that Luffy is gonna defeat her is also getting stronger. Why am I saying that? Well, it turns out that Big Mom is suffering from some kind of eating disorder. But for the first time, we see her in person. In this One Piece chapter, 8 to 9, as once again, it's been a long wait, but we also get a cover from this current movie, One Piece film Gold. Almost every Straw Hat, besides Nami, I think, are wearing black clothing. Wonder why Nami is the only one who's not wearing black clothing. Wonder if that movie is gonna be good. Moreover, I wonder if even Funimation is gonna dub that movie. I think they only dubbed One Piece Film C because they thought it was canon. But if they dub that song, film! I'm happy with that. Alright, on to the chapter. As the Straw Hat crew leaves the Cocoa Island, although Luffy is worried about Peckham's, Pedro reassures him that he's tough. We have no idea where he is. We don't know if Aladdin took him away or if anyone else. As they follow a weird map, they see another island after a short while. It's apparently the island made of jam, but they're not gonna go ashore, much to the dismay of Carrot and Chopper. Technically, rabbits shouldn't be able to eat this much candy, but hey, I don't like logic in manga. The less logic, the better. So, besides, even though she may be a rabbit, she's a rabbit mink, meaning she's more human. I think she has more human-like, or maybe even a stronger digestive system than any animal of her real kind. So then they're gonna set sail to another island after jam. So they harbored Sanji as well. Luffy almost destroys the rudder with his turning. In fact, I'm a little bit worried about the Thousand of Sanico. Isn't there a very big chance that she is gonna take heavy damage in this fight? I mean, Frankie said that this is the dream ship that's gonna take them to the farthest ends of the world. So it's only obvious the Thousand of Sunny is gonna, just like the Going Merry, one day perish. But will it perish until it reaches the end? Moreover, will they even build another ship? The Thousand of Sunny Go is a precious commodity for them. It can't take damage now. So Brook learns some lessons of navigation while Nami decides to cook a new dinner because, well, they're gonna prevent Luffy from going mad. Carrot switches with Pedro in the lookout and they see a new island, an island of juice. When I thought of juice, I couldn't help by thinking of, have anybody played Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze? There is this place, the fruit place, full of juices. That island in that game was actually pretty fun. Wonder if that, I don't think it's inspired by that, but wonder if it's gonna look like this. According to Pedro, some of these islands have rivers of juice that flows directly out to the sea. It turns out that we all have wondered many different things. How come Pedro knows many minks? In fact, many fans begin to question, is Pudding really tricking them, or is she really genuinely this kind? Well, both the good and the bad theorists are, both the one who think Why am I slurring with the words all the time? Both the theorists that think pudding is good and both the theorists that think pudding is bad have very solid arguments. But there's also someone who actually beginning to be very wondering about the Pedro. And Pedro reveals somewhat that he has actually visited these islands. So again, what kind of pass had Pedro has if he had visited this? Could it be that it's, Peckham's seems to know Pedro almost like a brother, and Pickums was a famous delinquent. Could it be that Pickums and Pedro, plus maybe some other minks, once were a pirate crew, and that when they came to Totland, they split up after, well, they realized how powerful Big Mom was? I mean, that's a bad argument, but whatever. They are then attacked by a sea monster that, of course, the strongest, even Carrots, decide to take down. It's worth noting that she's licking her paw when she fights, proving she is indeed someone who fights. And also, now finally on to that argument I said at the beginning of the chapter. People are beginning to wonder, will Big Mom be an ally? I mean, judging from this, the theory that she is an ally is only getting further and further away. Unless Chopper somehow can cure this illness, and maybe she will have a change of heart, I see no reason why she will be an ally. Moreover, it appears that we have had her devil fruit entirely wrong. It's not a Logia, it is a Paramecia, but apparently it's not a devil fruit that allows her to bring animated objects to life. No, at least not what's known. It seems to be a very unique devil fruit, even for a Paramecia. I mean, that's only natural. I mean, every single Yonko so far have had a pretty unusual, not to mention powerful devil fruits. And yes, I'm counting both Blackbeard and Whitebeard into that saga. So, well, it turns out that she has some kind of eating disorder, where she practically throws a temper tantrum, destroys everything in her path, even the ones she normally sings to, until she can be fed this way. I think this is one of the reasons why her minions fear her so much. Because her eating desires makes her taking everything, even from friend or foe. And it even turns out that food is alive on this island, croquem boucher or something like that. We see more glimpse also on the Big Mom pirates, once again giving us a theory just what kind of species exist in One Piece. We know that we met some, but some have actually been artificially created through devil fruits. So the only genuinely creatures we saw were the fishmen, merfolk, the mink tribe, the long arms, the long legs, and the snake necks. But now it even seems to hint that there is even more than that. We see a crocodile, or is that an alligator, who's talking, and a guy with a very long head. You know, we have seen a guy with a very long head. I mean, that Vice Admiral, whatever his name was, had also a long head. Also some guy who has a clown face and a long nose. But we see clearly that Big Mom do have a dwarf also in her company. Wonder if that dwarf talks in Kyogo like all the others. As Big Mom keeps on ravaging this city, we even see some guy who seems to be made of jello or whatever. Big Mom is trying to be her son, someone called Muscat, who is very ugly, mind you. The 16th son of the Charlotte family tries to stop her, but apparently her eating disorder makes her not even recognize her own son. And it's then that her devil fruit is used. It's not exactly told to me how it looks, but it seems to be like this. If someone cowers before her, their life essence is being stolen away. Because the way the troops describe it, like, if you cower, she'll take your lifespan away. So she steals 40 years of her 16 son's life years, apparently killing him. So yeah, again, there is no way that someone who is this crazy can possibly become an ally. And apparently also another lady is also her daughter. But whatever, who is this guy who seems to be made of jello? Is that a devil fruit user, or is that really someone who's kind of jello, similar to that Bobobo series? But the one who saves the day is none other than Jinbei. We know he would be back. He seems to have caught the poor brochet that was checking out from a hotel. He throws them in Big Mom's mouth and, well, she is cured. The way everybody seems to celebrate this without even seeming to know that Big Mom just killed her son, at least I think she did. She took 40 years off his lifespan, but I think he was actually old enough to be the rest of his life. Then yeah, this Big Mom pirates, they are totally insane. They're not as crazy as the Beast pirates, but they are not. But I highly, highly, highly doubt they are kind. We have been disproven before, but who knows? Who freaking knows? So yeah, and finally, and even the Brochet seems to be happy that they were fed. So we see Big Mom's now in more closing up. As we said before, she really is ugly. And when I think about it, it almost seems like her hat also is alive. She's thankful for Jinbei for being her loyal knight of the sea, and also for that wonderful poneglyph. Jinbei is definitely gonna take that poneglyph away, because I think it's an important one. He has an important announcement to tell Big Mom. It's then she, with threatening eyes, says, "You wouldn't by any chance quitting my crew now, would you?" She seems to have already read his mind, perhaps because she knows that Luffy is near her islands, well, two or 1 day away from them. Alas, we see nothing of the Windsmokes this chapter, so no further clue on exactly how evil the Windsmokes are. We don't even see Sanji in this one. But we see a little bit more inside of the Big Mom pirates, and yeah, she has a lot of different ones. It turns out that one riding that flamenco was not some small lion. It seemed to actually have been a real-life dwarf. But I hope that dwarf talks in Kego. I will be upset if it turns out that the only reason the Tontata dwarfs talks in Kego is because they've been raised and born like that. But yeah, a talking crocodile? If that's not a devil fruit user, then are we telling you that there actually exist reptilians? I mean reptiles that can talk on hind legs and such? And who's that Jello Man? I mean, the arc is not slowing down in awesomeness. But now that Jinbei is gonna talk to Big Mom, is he gonna quit? Well, I would be surprised if he's betraying the Straw Hats. He is an out and out a kind person. But Big Mom won't allow him to quit. I don't think so, because I think she wants the Sun Pirate's strength. So yeah, I don't think anybody can lead the Big Mom Pirates that easy. This is basically this chapter. Awesomeness with many different subplots, but the only thing real part is we see just how destructive Big Mom really is. She seems to genuinely be that strong. And because she's suffering from a disease, I think she will be defeated. Give me your thoughts if you have any.